Welcome everyone. We'll be getting started in just a few minutes or so. Just waiting for people to get logged in and get situated. But while they're doing that, I'd like to introduce myself. Again, my name is Armando with VIP Digital Media, and we are a Houston-based local internet marketing company. And we're very excited to be presenting to you today a webinar for Pinterest for Business, how a new hot social network has become a heavy-hitting marketing tool for brands, and how you can use it to win new customers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rolling. Just a couple of logistics to cover. I will be sending you a link to this recording of this presentation, so there's no need to make intense notes. Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email at the end of the presentation. You'll be able to see my email. You can also go to our website, and also my number is also listed there as well. So if you want to pick up the phone and give me a call, I have no problems with carving some time out of my schedule and going over with you in full detail how we can formulate a strategy with Pinterest to helping you grow your business. Now, again, hello everyone that's made it to this webinar. My name is Armando with VIP Digital Media, and today I've got the great pleasure to be talking with you about a new addition to the social media landscape known as Pinterest, and how you can use this website to build your business, to leverage this network to engage your customers and promote your products and services. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the main question that everyone has is, what is Pinterest? Pinterest is still pretty fresh, and many of you may need some clarity on the basic question, what the heck is Pinterest? Now, and so that's a good place for us to start. So we're going to start there to make sure that we're all on the same page. Now, the site's name gives you a clue as to what it's all about. Pinterest is a combination of pin, as in pin boards, and interest, as in what you're all about. Once you sign up for Pinterest, you can create your own pin boards or categories. You can then attach photos and images that fit within these categories, as if you were pinning these images to a bulletin board. Also, Pinterest doesn't work in the same manner as other social media sites. They don't really focus on day-to-day living activities like Twitter or Facebook seem to. Instead, Pinterest encourages users to share their interest with others. And in this way, at least, Pinterest does more to encourage creativity among its users than sites such as Google+, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Social interaction is at the heart of Pinterest. You can choose to follow people much like you would Facebook or Twitter, but you can also choose to follow specific collections. Say your favorite cousin has a collections of old movie poster images that you find interesting, but she also has a collection of images of her 3-year-old son that doesn't quite necessarily interest you. Well, you can choose to follow her movie posters while totally ignoring her toddler. Now, just don't tell her, because you want to definitely avoid family drama. Now, the next question most people have is, why are people so excited about Pinterest? Again, another question that most people are asking, especially business owners, and we're going to take a moment to unpack this question. For one thing, the site is taking off like a rocket. Now, look at the growth from May 2011 to December 2011. It's pretty remarkable for a new site to reach almost 10 million users in such a short period of time. But no one was expecting it. Not even social media watchers were actually, were expecting this. This site will help explain why marketers and business owners love Pinterest. As you can see, the site is a major driver of website traffic. Here's another thing. People just love Pinterest. They can't seem to get enough of it. Here's an image taken from the site itself that testifies to the addictive nature of this site. The other reason marketers are excited about Pinterest is this. Users spend a lot of time on the site. Time spent on site is perhaps the most useful metric for determining the popularity of a social network. Total number of users is a much less reliable metric. According to Comscore data from early 2012, Pinterest users were spending almost 89 minutes per month on the site. That's huge compared to Google Plus users by comparison, who are just spending a mere 3 minutes per month on the site. So how does Pinterest differ from other social networks? We're going to get into the details of what makes Pinterest unique. How is it different from Facebook and Twitter and Google+? Here's a quote from copy blogger contributor Beth Hayden that I thought was very funny but very informative. Pinterest is visually appealing, it's positive, but unlike Facebook, there really isn't any whining going on. Let's explore further what gives Pinterest its unique flavor. Here's a brief list. It's just a sample, though, of the type of content that's getting shared, or pinned or repinned on Pinterest. Do-it-yourself projects and hobbies, businesses, that will present users with special offers and documents, retailers and other businesses that will launch new products. Foodies who share their favorite recipes and images of their culinary creations, and so on. Now let's tackle one of the most important questions which businesses, the most important question. Which businesses are a good fit for Pinterest? But before I answer that question, let me preface it by saying that most businesses tend to quickly come up with reasons why they shouldn't use social media. But the fact is, many sell themselves short and don't get involved because they don't think they have a natural place in a particular network. Now, if you run an accounting business, maybe Pinterest isn't the best fit. But then again, it's entirely possible that you could be a trailblazer and be using Pinterest to market your business and have great success. My point is, the burden of proof should be on why you shouldn't engage, not why you should. Because it's just too easy to sell yourself short and move on and come up with reasons to stay on the sidelines. Generally, businesses that have a photogenic products and services are the ones that are already using Pinterest. This shouldn't be a surprise given that the network is predicated on sharing photos and illustrations. The following niches and industry areas are quickly adding Pinterest to their marketing matrix. Businesses in the food service sector, clothing and apparel retailers, businesses that provide health and beauty services and products, animal shelters, pet groomers, and pet supply stores. Real estate and vacation lodging is getting more and more popular. Home decoration, interior design and landscape architecture, travel and recreational outfitters are increasingly becoming more active on Pinterest. And of course, artists and photographers, are some of the most active users on Pinterest right now. Okay, now let's move into the nitty-gritty of how your business can use Pinterest to reach customers. Number one, create pin boards for the type of products you sell and link them back to your website. Here's a great example from Whole Foods. As I've mentioned earlier, Pinterest is great for driving traffic to websites. Another approach you should try is to add pin boards with themes that are things we love, sale items, or gift ideas. Again, here's an example of the department store Nordstrom doing just that. As in the case with all social media, the more value you can provide to your customers, the more successful you're going to have. The more success that you're going to have. So you want to create pin boards that your customers will find useful, such as insider tips and top trends. Another way to drive engagement among your customers is to hold contests. As always, it's a great idea to cross-pollinate as much as possible. Link to your Pinterest account from your other web properties, your main website, your blog, and your other social media profiles. At this point, one of the most powerful ways to leverage Pinterest is to use it as an online store catalog. Okay, now let's transition into some specific tips for getting started and using the site. First things first, some things to consider during the setup process. Number one, you want to feature your business name and the website URL in your profile. Number two, add a paragraph about you, who you are, and interest in the About section. And number three, be sure to connect your Pinterest account to your Facebook and Twitter accounts. Here are some basic pinning tips to help you get going. To make pinning easier and encourage consistent use, you want to be sure that you add the Pin It bookmarklet to your browser's bookmark bar. That way, and of course you want to budget time on a regular basis to be pinning. And you should pin consistently, not in just brief spurts, but to maximize your impact. Again, just like SEO, it's a consistent activity daily. Lastly, take some time to come up with some compelling inbound board names. Here are some additional tips. Include good descriptions with your pin images. A good description will stay with an image as it gets repinned. If the image is something from your own site, use your business name in the description. Pin content from a variety of sources. Now, at the risk of stating the obvious, since Pinterest is a social network, it's incumbent on your business to actually engage with other users. In other words, you want to get social. Now, I would not be doing a good job or be doing my job if I didn't call to your attention to some of the mistakes that businesses tend to make with social media in general. Jason Falls, a writer for the Entrepreneur magazine, sums it up nicely. No one likes a self-absorbed blowhard. If you use Pinterest or any other kind of social media platform as a way to broadcast one message to the universe about how great you are, you're not going to get much traction. Instead, remember to add value and give customers content that they'll find useful and engaging. Instead, use Pinterest as an opportunity to show your human side and connect with users on a person-to-person level, as opposed to a business-to-consumer level. The most important takeaway is this: you need to get started. Have some fun with the site. It's truly a blast. You'll quickly see why users and brands love this site. It's very addictive. If you need any help getting started, don't hesitate to reach out, to me and ask for some advice or some assistance. Okay, we've made it. Made it to the end of the presentation, and I hope that this has been helpful. I really appreciate the time you've taken out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. Please take note, on what you've learned and apply one thing today and then one thing tomorrow. And don't stop until your business is taking off with Pinterest. I guarantee it will definitely be worth your time if you really get to know Pinterest and how to use it to market yourself. Now, before we end this this webinar today, I'm definitely going to open up for some questions. And here are some of the most common questions that we get in reference to using Pinterest to for prospects and generating new customers. Question number one: I already have too much to keep up with between Facebook and Twitter and now Google Plus. Do you really need another social network? Well, that's a great question. Do we really need another social network? I'm sure that the world would keep spinning without one. However, Pinterest is proving incredibly popular for a particular reason. It's very simple. It's a fun way of sharing and making new connections. It may not be for everyone or every business, but it's certainly worth paying enough attention to figure out for yourself. Now, question number two: can I use Pinterest from my phone? Yes, definitely. Pinterest has phone apps that makes it easy to share your pictures while on the move. Follow others posting activity, etc. And in fact, I think this is the way that most people are using Pinterest. Question number three: how do we get more friends or followers on Pinterest? Well, Pinterest is definitely incredibly viral. You won't have to work too hard at getting friends and followers. It will just kind of happen naturally and quickly. That being said, though, Pinterest is easy to invite your friends from Facebook, Gmail, and other accounts. The other big secret is to title your boards and images using keywords that you think your friends or followers will be looking for. It makes it easier for them to find you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. And again, if you'd like to have some assistance in formulating a Pinterest strategy for your business or a more general social media strategy, we would definitely love to help. Again, so just please keep in touch. Take care, and thanks again.